all right, let's just do this, moron. Oh, God. Here's Bill Maher having Mrs. RFK Jr. on his program. Right?
Yes. It's just so embarrassing that that could be one of her titles.
What's her first name again?
Cheryl Hines.
Cheryl Hines, yeah. Cheryl Hines is sort of living. At one point, there was a joke I once heard about L.A. I can't remember who it was, and I apologize for that. It's very bad form. I want to maybe like Drake Seder, or it could have been. I don't know if it was or Jake Johansson. Somebody. I can't.
Solid joke writer.
Yeah,
type.
I can't remember. And it was like, when you first move out to L.A., you really you hate it, and then something inside you dies. And I think we are now looking at Cheryl Hines after something inside her had died. RFK, after he nearly escaped that barrage of naked photos that he was being forced to look at from Olivia Nuzzi, who was completely just out of the blue sending him naked photos as a way of harassing her
because she's also a member of the media.
I'm being bullied with sex messages.
And yes, she then basically moved forward past that to be able to go out in public, even though her husband was basically usurping the ability of this country to fight public health crises. That got her a trip to Bill Maher's studio. Here's Bill Maher pontificating. Remember, Bill Maher still trying to justify his going and having a dinner with Donald Trump.
Again, one good thing about Trump, he really, really does not like war.
Which I love that about him.
I kind of do, because I don't want war either, and most of them are unnecessary.
Agreed.
I mean, he took a long time when I had that dinner with him talking about the pictures he sees coming from Ukraine, the stuff that doesn't get out on the news.
And by
Oh, pause it for a second. Incidentally, I don't want you to just want to make this clear. Bill Maher is so fallen into the trap. Donald Trump is famous for sharing classified information to people who come to make him feel good about himself. And you have to be as equally insecure to not realize that's what he's doing and think I'm special. Donald Trump was telling me in particular about pictures he had seen that day. It just so happens that he had seen the pictures that day and was like, Donald Trump is immediately I got to impress Bill Maher. I got to impress Bill Maher. And Bill Maher, of course, thinks that he's impressive. So it doesn't occur to him that Donald Trump is so desperate to make it seem. I mean, it's just, if you have a con man at the top of a hierarchy, the people around him are necessarily sort of incompetent thinkers and equally incompetent. They're con men themselves.
It reminds me of PBD as well.
Totally. All you need to do is just suck up the power, and that's it. And look at Pete Hegseth, for instance. I mean, it's all over the administration. Go ahead.
From Ukraine, the stuff that doesn't get out on the news. It's raw footage of bodies in the field.
Yes.
And you could tell it really moved him.
It does.
Pause it. I wonder if it moved him to see all those raw footage of the babies in Gaza. Really not so much. I wonder why that is. There's something about the tone of it. I'm looking at it, and I look at the pictures. There's a tone, a skin tone almost, about the footage from the Ukraine.
If Trump feels any different about Ukraine, it's because he feels a slight from Putin that he didn't wind it up for him.
And I'm the kind of guy who can fix this. At least, he's never not going to be Trump. So of course he's I solved 9 wars. Okay, even if it's half that, it's still good that we're solving them and not starting them.
That's the thing that I find that I really like about President Trump when he talks about wars and
How
talks about
dare you.
Ukraine. And he talks about Ukraine and Russia, and he will say they're losing people on both sides, and it's not just Ukraine is losing people. It's not just Russia is losing people. He sees like both sides. This is a true loss for both sides, and you can feel it from him when he talks about that loss.
What an amazing insight. There are people on both sides who are dying in this war.
And I feel it so
Is this their way
hard.
of just avoiding what's going on, what has been going on in Israel and Gaza? Incidentally, like 300 Palestinians have been killed since the ceasefire.
This is just a perfect conversation between two actors.
Yes. It is.
I like that about him.
It's
Me
like
too.
half-inch deep. Not even. Like it's so shallow that you can almost like not get wet.
But they have a mission.
If a pool was this shallow, you would get in it and be like, I'm not even wet. Like I'm literally can actually like, I'm like hydroplaning.
I mean, they were talking for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, they go into another part where she was like,
Put up Kyle Kalinski's tweet because just as a reminder, we have killed almost 80 people now in the Pacific and the Caribbean Sea because they're in boats. Kyle had a good point. Trump has bombed ships from Trinidad and Tobago, Colombia, and Venezuela. He's threatening regime change. He's bombed Yemen, Somalia, Iran. He's threatened Greenland and Panama and Canada. And this is only in his second term. I hate war. For weeks, all we've heard is how Trump's big, beautiful bill will cut Medicaid. But almost no one's reporting on a buried provision that would make Trump untouchable. Go to ground.news/majority to see how this bill would block judges from enforcing court orders unless you, the citizen, post a bond first. Highly credible sources warn most people can't actually afford to do this, and that's pretty obvious. So if this bill passes and Trump violates the law, it wouldn't even matter, and nobody even knows, which means the GOP's flood the zone strategy is working. And it's why I think Ground News is the best tool to expose these blind spots before it's too late. My partners built the only app and website pulling in news from across the globe, then breaking down each source's bias, credibility, and the news the right tries to bury. And considering most people take the first article they see online as fact, their browser extension is essential. What it does is it flags the source's bias and links other credible reports to verify the information. Ground News is a better version of how we're already staying informed. So I got you 40% off the same unlimited access Vantage plan that I've been using. That's just $5 a month when you go to ground.news/majority, scan my QR code, or redeem the code majority if you're using the app. With at least another 4 years of this, they're counting on you to be distracted. This app is how you stay focused. Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.